Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos of the paid requests, this time from Frame by Frame. And for those interested, request any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you. Feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for Percy Jackson, the TV show, episode 2. Where in the previous episode, Percy realized who he was. He was a demigod. He was the son of a god, but his mother was a mortal. He found all this stuff up. This pen that turns to a sword. His buddy being half boy, half goat. And his name is Grover. Finding out his real identity. Chased by this minotaur in underwear. Which I guess is there to hide his private parts. His dick. He killed the minotaur. Seemed like his mom was dead. And by the beginning of this, he's welcomed to the camp. Yeah, this one girl who's being bitchy. You drool in your sleep. I'm like, his mom just died. Unless you sucked his dick, get the fuck out. He meets Dionysus, who looks like Jeff Bridges from the Lebowski, Big Lebowski. I'm like, did someone piss on your rug too? He also meets Mr. Bruner, who's a teacher in the first episode. He's actually a centaur. He's a Chiron. And I'm like, oh, I recognize this actor. Because funny enough, I haven't seen this actor in a while. Now this is like 2 things I've seen him in. Which is 80 for Brady and this show. It's the guy who was the teacher in Gremlins. Who was showing the film about the heart. And had the mogwai in the cage and then ate something and the gremlin killed him. I mean, shit, is that actor? This is the second time I've seen him. And he's been in other stuff, stuff I didn't recognize him in or stuff I didn't notice. I'm like, oh shit, he's in that. So, that's pretty cool. But, what was the end of that? Before I get into the specifics of the episode, I'm sorry I'm pausing here. Just what's the best way to put it? So far, the show just doesn't seem that fun. Which, I mean, it's only the second episode. But it's one of those things that I know it's just starting. But I'm trying to stand there going, where's the fun in the show? I guess if you're a diehard fan of the books, you'll get out of it because maybe this is more like the books. Although apparently this girl who becomes his cohort, I guess was white in the books, but they made her black in the show. I only knew that because I had to look the shit up. What the hell was her character's name? Annabeth. And she's just come off as boring. Very monotone. It seems like nowadays, if a woman has to be tough, they have to be boring and monotone. And I'm sitting there going, does that automatically mean you're interesting? If you're monotone and boring, then you're a strong female. Again, this is only the first episode I've seen her in. Just she's introduced in this episode, but she just comes off as boring. The lead kid, I'm not really big on his acting. I get that he's young, so his voice cracking makes sense, but it's like, T. Tell how many times his voice cracks. I mean, I like Watchers, and that has Corey Haim, his voice cracks, so. But I like Corey Haim better as an actor than this kid. And pretty much it's a lot of exposition. Showcasing what this camp is about. It's a camp where all the gods their unclaimed children go to. There are a couple of gods forbidden to have kids. Zeus, Hades and Poseidon. And lo and behold, by then you find out he's the son of Poseidon. So he goes to the house and he's by himself there. Grover, not the Sesame Street one, he's told, you got the kid here alive, to the camp alive. I'm like, Grover didn't do shit. He arrived early. He rode along the car crashed. He's like, come here. He's like, fuck that. This killed my mom. I'm gonna kill it. He kills the Minotaur. He's on the ground. The other people get there. And yet someone's saying, you got the kid to the camp alive. You didn't do shit. What the hell did Grover do? What'd he do? He didn't do anything. Put his paw up his fucking ass. I don't know. He didn't do shit. What'd he do? He didn't do anything. Except there's a scene he goes to Miss Swamp Thing, whoever she was, to talk with them. Then they cut away, so we don't see much of that scene. But he's after the fact says, I talked to them and his mom is still alive. You think that'd be like a surprise at the end of the episode? They would save it for that? But it's like, should we tell him? No, you're not telling him anything. I didn't that seem like something that would be a surprise at the end of the episode. Like, because by the end of the episode, it's you have to go to Hades and get this bolt of Zeus because it was stolen, and Zeus thinks Poseidon did it. So in order to get a Poseidon, he's going to get at you, and you, or he's going to be pissed at Poseidon. So you need to get it, and you have 1 week to do it. And he's like, I don't care if there's a war that happens. Which is kind of selfish. Very selfish. But then that could be the point at the end. Well, your mom's there too. Dun dun dun. My mom's alive? Cut. Now we're on to the next episode. No, they give it away early in the episode. I don't know why you would do that. So demigods fight for glory. So it's him like trying to do a bow and arrow, trying to make a sword, it failing. He's told that if you burn something personal, you could talk to someone. So there's a scene of Percy with a little tin can burning, and he's talking to it all serious. For some reason, it made me laugh. I don't know. I did what he's trying to do, but it made me laugh. They still talked to this little tiny tin can. I know it's meant to be for something about a baby laugh. I can't help it. Or the one bitchy girl and her cohorts, for some reason they have a budget up their ass against Percy for like no reason. So they try to give him a swirly, and he shoots him back with toilet water. So never knew. I mean, if you want to see someone attacked by toilet water, they got it. The toilets are clean, and the water wasn't yellow or brown. That'd be a different scene. So then they're going to play Capture the Flag, and Annabeth, again, is being very standoffish, being very monotone, not telling him information he needs to know, saying you'll do fine. Before you get some exposition from this guy named Lucas. I believe his name is Luke. I think Luke, not Lucas, Luke. Because I remember I heard them like Skywalker? But no, Luke. He gives an exposition of who Annabeth is, and one thing leads to another. Those three that tried to give him a swirl, they try to attack him, and he's able to hold them off. And the fight scenes, they're not that fun to watch. They're not that great in being showcased visually. And I don't know, maybe just the directors are not really known for action. But that's the thing, the show isn't really that suspenseful. So far, it's not that action-packed. When the action scenes happen, they're lackluster. Maybe you had someone who really had more of a hone-in on action in terms of the choreography or the way the fight scenes are staged. The timing. But his team wins, captures the flag, Annabeth is standing there. Sorry about this. Because I guess she could also see the future, which I don't know if that's in the books. Which that also kind of, the suspense has kind of gone away if she could see things. So she could pretty much tell him what's going to happen, and there's no reason for her to be that scared. She pushes him in the water, and then there's a trident. You have been claimed by Poseidon. All he had to do is step in water to do it? Okay. Did he never go swimming? Did he ever go swimming as a kid? Maybe not. I don't know. So now he's been claimed by Poseidon. His task is to go to Hades, find this bolt. But ultimately, Grover says your mom's there, so he's going to find his mom. It's funny, as they're talking, each time Percy talks, he tilts his head, he does this a lot. It's that last scene, I don't know why, I kept noticing this. It just, something about that made me laugh. Grover, I didn't give a shit. I don't really care about him. He seems like an annoying twat waffle of a character. Maybe not annoying, but just inconsequential for me. Annabeth seems very monotone. Percy, you're kind of waiting for him for his balls to drop, I guess. I didn't. Maybe this is more like the book. Maybe I wouldn't like the book. I don't know. Like I said, this just doesn't do much for me. Not the story. It just, things seem flat. Somehow it seems cheap. And I don't really care about the actors. Maybe Mr. Bruner as the centaur. Maybe. But yeah, some of the effects look off. Some of it looks cheap. Oh yeah, there's the bit where Percy, before he's attacked, during the capture the flag, he's waiting for something to happen. He's not told what's going to happen. While he's waiting, he's either pissing or he's doing the fucking floss dance. I'm not even going to do it. You know that. I can't. He's doing the floss dance. So if you need your hero to do the floss dance, here you go. Yeah, floss your ass with some shoelaces. If you like the show, good on you. To me, it's fucking Disney. It's a Disney Plus original. Not original, but it's Disney Plus. I don't know. Don't care about the characters. The action scenes were lackluster to me. And just not really into the whole thing, it seems. I'm not really... It didn't really do much for me. It really didn't. Just not... If you're into it, that's cool. Just, I keep repeating myself, just people, what is it about this you don't like? The plot just isn't intriguing to me. If I want to see something about the old gods, I just watch Hercules' Legendary Journeys. The kids, I don't care for their acting. Either Percy, whose balls haven't dropped yet, Annabeth, the monotone mannequin, because most women, apparently, acting means being monotone. The unfunny comic relief Grover, which honestly hasn't done shit, really, so far in the show. The, at times, seemingly cheap-looking CG. The action scenes that are few and far in between, and when they appear, just don't have that oomph to it, at least for me. Music-wise, I don't remember anything about it notable. Suspense. Like I said, the reveal of his mom being alive felt like something that would be saved at the end, not given away so early. The humor I thought fell flat. Your lead character doing the floss dance because he's waiting and bored. Maybe I'm just too old for that shit. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. I'm just too old for that shit. So it wasn't for me. And I mean, if people want me to keep going, you feel free to request it. But it seems like not my. Maybe the books are not my cup of tea. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old for it, or it's just another Disney Plus show that there's not really many of them I've liked that I've seen. So maybe it's not meant for me. It's not meant for my age. Maybe that's it too. I don't know. Take your pick. But with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.